tell you what, there's nothing worse than like being somewhere you know where you want to be, and you just can't ride and actually get there.
Yeah, and it's the more anxious you get, the less things seem to work out.
Yeah, and then the guy that I got into the lift at Mandela Roads, and he flipping was said, we're going up. I said, no, you can't go up, you can't go up. He says, just one floor. And then just started to me like, hey, these people have such a dirty look. I said, no, you cannot get in this lift.
It's taken.
Have you ever run
I'm diseased, you can't get in.
Have you ever run to a lift and press close when the other people come in?
And you hold your finger on the close button. I know when I do that, and I hide around the corner, and my daughter says,
No. Just tell us when you're ready.
Okay, I am ready.
Okay, Chanel. Right. Madeline. Welcome to the gorgeous George.
thank you, Susan. Nice to have you.
Well,
nice of you to have me.
Yes, and I'm very happy to finally have this opportunity to chat. Our exhibition's been on for 2 months already, and time has flown. But what I really was thinking about starting off with is just to acknowledge how I met you, and that was through Luan
Oh, yes.
at his birthday.
Yes, that was a fabulous party.
At his beautiful home.
Yeah.
And also just to acknowledge Luan, you know,
Yeah.
he's actually been a really great and generous soul towards us, and really been on board with any new idea.
Yeah, and I think not only with supporting us in our art, but the encouragement and it's almost a gentle, confident support.
Yes, he sees us. As he said to me one day, I see you.
Yeah.
And on the note of talking about Luan and Nell, you've got a solo coming up there.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. It opens on the 18th of October and runs until the 15th of November.
Okay.
So it'll be on the top floor, and to me what makes me so happy about that is because from the top floor obviously you have the view of the city. And my exhibition will be about the built environment and city views.
Okay.
So that's very
Which is
appropriate.
one of your themes, your life themes.
Yeah, it's actually at the moment the most prominent theme in my art.
Yeah. And tell me something, how many pieces are you going to be doing, and what mediums are you working in?
So as always, I don't know if it's because I am such a restless person, but I cannot stick to one medium alone. So
I know the feeling.
yes, you are
the
with
feeling.
your art.
Yeah.
But so in most paintings it combines everything from gouache to drawing to oils to pastels.
Yeah.
So I normally start in one medium and end up doing several.
So for people that didn't study fine art, can you describe what gouache is? Because it was kind of like a new term to me before I, kind of like I knew there was watercolor, acrylics and oil.
Yeah.
But gouache is sort of like a fancy name for what is it? Is it acrylic paint that is watered down?
No, so gouache, if I have to explain to somebody what is gouache, I can only say it's somewhere between watercolor and acrylic.
Yes.
So it's a little bit more opaque than watercolor, but it doesn't have that almost flat PVC quality
Solidness,
of acrylic.
Yeah.
So with gouache, I will work with it as if it's watercolor.
Yes.
And then if I work with it in a drier state, I can manipulate it almost like oil color.
Okay.
So that is why I love starting off with gouache.
Yeah.
And sometimes also ending with gouache because I can manipulate it in those different ways.
I have noticed you do use it quite extensively.
Yeah.
And how many pieces will you have on this exhibition now?
Well, I still have quite a way to go with finalizing, but everything is coming together. So I think in terms of larger pieces, there will be 12.
Okay.
And then there will also be several small pieces, and
Okay.
it will be a mixture of, obviously the paintings will involve not only painting but also drawing and carrying on, but there will also be smaller works on paper,
Okay.
and also some of my printmaking.
Okay, so you're one of those artists that seems to be kind of like having your year, as I said. You know, this is your year. I mean, your work is in a lot of places. You're at Spear,
Yeah,
you're at Nell,
yeah,
you're at the Gorgeous George,
yeah, thank you.
and you are at the Printing Girls in Cork Bay.
Yeah.
Where else are you?
I'm also at Marvel Gallery at the moment in Harsendal Estate.
Okay.
So that was one of their first open call exhibitions, and I was quite surprised with how lovely it is.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
nice experience.
Okay, I haven't even been there.
Yeah.
So at least 5 current exhibitions in galleries
Yeah.
in the Western Cape.
Yeah, and then recently the exhibition at Art B ended.
Yeah.
And I also took part in an exhibition at the new Stillby Gallery.
Yeah, so 7. So you really are very quietly putting your head down, getting your art created, and getting it out there, and it's working. Whatever you're doing is working well, because you know some people make a big song and dance about one thing, and then you just don't hear anything. You're the opposite. Everything is quiet, and then it's like Madeleine is here, Madeleine is there. So you've got a good work ethic and formula, and it's working, because it's not only exhibiting, but for me what's more important is selling, and you
Yeah.
are selling.
Yeah, and I think every time I sell something, I'm so amazed and thrilled and surprised. And I think what I love this year is the people who bought my art.
Yes.
So that to me is absolutely
Yes.
affirming, because some of the people are really big collectors
Yeah.
of serious art.
Yeah, yeah.
So for them to notice and to spend money
Yeah,
and hang me with the rest of their
Yeah.
collection, it's a thrill.
yeah. Well, talking about the money aspect, what I do also love about your art and your body of work and all is your work is priced right. You know, you're not so out of people's reach, but you're not like at the entry
Yeah.
of the market. So it's an acceptable, it's a good price. You know, when I look at your work, wherever I see it, I'm like, okay, that is attainable to the man in the street that may not be a wealthy art collector. So I think that's actually a very important thing for artists to remain aware of.
I think everybody will agree. It's so difficult to price your art.
I know.
It's such a hard thing, and you have to learn. And there I also learn a lot through Luan when I take work to him, and he says, no,
It's worth. You must know
cannot
your
sell
value.
for this.
Yeah. But
So-
I think you've got a good balance, you know. And I know there was that one absolutely exquisite painting of yours that friend of mine bought, which I really resent, because I could have been
Was
on
that
my wall.
the bedroom?
Yes.
Oh yes, that was.
But it doesn't, you know, it's
Yeah.
life.
That's life. And that painting. But I was so ready to let that go, because
I know you said so.
Yeah, that painting was done in COVID, and it was also one of my favorites. Something that I liked very much personally.
Yeah.
So, and I kept, every time I exhibited, I thought, okay, it's gonna.
I mean,
so-
why wouldn't everybody wants it, you know? But anyway,
It is sometimes surprising what sells, because sometimes something that you feel is perhaps your least favorite on the exhibition could
Yeah.
be the first one that sells.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's another interesting thing I've noticed is people that stand up close to your artwork manage to actually absorb the fine detail, which you often
Yeah.
miss
yeah,
if you see it from a distance.
yeah,
So, for example, this one that's on the wall over here, Imagine, that fine etching.
Yeah.
You've actually etched. I don't know whether you used a little Dremel tool or a hand
No.
chisel.
Yeah, no, I didn't. So that the process there, and that is one. Also, I think that is one of my favorite paintings. So I use my own photography.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
render
yes.
it, change it, and then I use an engraver to transfer the image onto the board, and then I paint and draw.
Oh yes, you use
Yeah.
that miniatures, like a mini CNC
Yeah.
engraving device.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it's been interesting because it's exactly on eye level, well, for people my age.
Yeah. Me too.
There have been some amazing comments, you know, people walk past it, but then on their way back they go, oh,
Yeah.
look at the detail.
When you
know?
see the relief.
Yeah.
But the painting actually speaks, it's a little bit of a social statement,
Yes.
because the image is in the background you see the disused Ritz Hotel.
Yes, the one with the round revolving restaurant on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the front is a cement bench that has the word imagine, where a lot of homeless people sleep,
Yes.
with the big empty space at the back, and the map is the map that takes you from Sea Point to the shelter in Greenport.
Yeah. I know, it's absolutely stunning. What I've learned in this exhibition is I think next time round I will give more explanations and descriptions with the artwork, because unless you are present to explain it,
Yeah.
it may get missed,
Yeah.
that information.
But perhaps it also doesn't matter.
At the end it doesn't,
Yeah.
because it's what people take from it themselves.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to know what the artist's intentions were,
Yeah.
you know.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that you've got quite a creative family. Besides your husband being in the engineering business, but your children.
Yes, my children are also creative.
So give them an opportunity, shout out to the 30,000 viewers on Instagram of Gorgeous
My
George.
amazing children.
Yes. And what do they do? Where can you contact them?
So my eldest daughter, she is very creative, but she's not working in the creative industry at the moment. She's working in the financial industry,
Okay.
but she is very creative. And my second daughter is a writer. She's an author. She's not only a ghostwriter, but she's just published her own book, which is...
Oh, of course, I saw that.
Did you see it?
I haven't read the book, but I
No,
saw
it's only available on pre-order. It will be available on Kindle Unlimited, on Kindle, sorry, on the 28th.
Okay,
So it's called Dysphoria, and her name is Kat Goss.
that's right. She also does the Jelly
Jelly Wobble.
Wobble Media.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they've got Jelly Wobble Media and Jelly Wobble Publishing.
Yes.
So, and she's in Stanford.
Yes.
And she's a ghostwriter for famous authors around the world.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
it's quite an interesting journey for
Yeah.
me too, to get to know that side of the world.
Yeah.
And my youngest daughter, Grace Goss, is a jeweler and a goldsmith, and her business is called Oh My Goss.
Yeah. And she's brilliant. She makes beautiful gold and silver and repurposes your antique jewelry as well.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
wonderful.
That's actually one of her strong points is taking old-fashioned things that people have inherited or get tired of living with and creating something completely new. Brilliant.
So, there are lots of different aspects to you in your life and your personality, and one of the things, so whenever I think of you, I always think of like a French woman, you know, because of the fact that you do teach French.
I don't teach French.
What do you
I
do?
teach at the French school.
Oh, so you teach English? Or
No,
what do you teach?
I teach
Art.
art at the French school in Cape Town.
But do you speak in French?
Je peux parler français, oui.
Ah.
But I can speak enough to help myself
Yes.
and to explain to the children what it is I want,
Yes.
and for them to explain to me if they don't understand, because a lot of the children, some of them cannot speak English yet. So they come
Okay.
from countries all over the world and come to the French school in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So most of them can speak English, but if I get stuck, the other kids are always more than willing to translate between us, and it's been an interesting and exciting experience too. Something I took a
That's
risk.
fantastic. Well, I'm thinking of doing an event at not too distant future date where we're going to give opportunities and platforms to underrepresented or unheard of artists. So maybe we can even chat about that if you want to give that information to them.
Yeah.
It's actually quite exciting, soon to be revealed.
Very fantastic.
Yeah, it will be very nice. I'm working with Stephanie, my daughter.
Oh yes, good.
And we are planning. Yeah, she thinks big.
Yeah.
So I have to follow suit, you know. She doesn't.
But you know, that's wonderful. Our daughters keep us in check.
They do.
When we start diminishing, they say, no.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I can't do open studios. It's exhausting. Stephanie's like, oh, you're going to do something bigger. You know. So yes, they do keep us on our toes.
Yeah,
and
it's
also
good.
knowledge-wise, you know. I mean, I'm aware of so much that's going on that I wouldn't have known about being stuck in my little world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They open our minds and ideas. But your projects have been wonderful, and I am so happy that I've been part of it.
Yes, you've been with me from day one, actually.
Yeah.
New one. Well, you know, it's always a learning curve. I've got to do what I do in spite of myself. I'm sometimes my own worst enemy. I'm always having these breakdowns and outbursts and things like that. But generally, I have faith and I believe in the greater image and having good intentions.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And we're very fortunate with our first exhibition. It was quite well attended for something unheard of.
Yeah.
And the relationship with the venue is very good. And they still are wonderful people.
Yeah.
And gorgeous George. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better venue. I meet people all the time that come here and ask them if they can exhibit their art.
Yeah.
And they don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we're very fortunate to have gorgeous George on our side.
Yeah.
And I think basically, I don't know if there's anything more that you'd like to share about upcoming exhibitions or current exhibitions, because people watching this might be interested. I know you mentioned but for example, what is the whole theme of the Printing Girls at Art Farm?
So the Printing Girls,
it's 25 of you.
Yeah, so the Printing Girls is a group of, I think, about 100 or just under women in print.
Yeah.
And they are not only from South Africa.
Okay.
So Artfact turned 25 this year.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then to celebrate, they asked the Printing Girls for an exhibition. So they picked 25 artists to exhibit for the 25 years.
Yeah.
And I was really honored to be part of that because I only joined them in beginning of this year.
Yeah.
So this is my first exhibition with them. And that is still on until the end of September.
Okay. And just on that note, for young people that are starting a printing career in printmaking, how would they be able to submit information to become one of the printing girls?
They can just go to the website.
Oh,
there's so much information there.
Is it called the Printing Girls?
The Printing Girls, yeah. And once you are part of the Printing Girls, you can use the fun hashtag print like a girl. Okay. So that is fun, and it's a wonderful group of supportive women, full of ideas and. And
having exhibitions here and there, some of them sort of having like subgroups within the.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
And some of the women are internationally recognized artists, and some are young developing artists.
Yeah.
And it's all the different techniques of printing.
Oh yes, so and there's a lot.
There's a lot.
People actually, I don't think one realizes what.
Yeah.
Oh, printing is its own entire genre of creativity.
There's so much to learn and explore.
Yeah. One of the things that does worry me sometimes is all those solvents that go down the drain.
Oh my word.
That does kind of worry me a bit.
It's actually an art studio is, according to me, one of the most polluting things.
Yeah.
If you think about in my studio, I have
The solvents.
15 liters of dirty tubes.
Yeah.
That I don't know what to do with it. It's bubble wrap. It's that single-use cling wrap that we wrap around.
Well, what do you do?
It's
very, very
tape.
difficult.
It's old oil paint. It's very polluting.
Yeah, it is, and even those fumes in the studio are not always very good.
Yeah.
I know that some artists are very careful. They wear like a scarf or something, you know.
Yeah.
So
I sometimes, when I realize it's now becoming too hectic, I leave my studio for an hour or two just to.
Yeah. It's something that sort of like I find that it is concerning.
Yeah.
It is concerning. I did do some printing classes at someone's studio, and I was just absolutely shocked to see the amount of tubes of thinners that was getting washed down the drain.
Yeah, no,
I was like, don't you know, aren't there laws about this?
There are. But there are lots of printing methods that are not as toxic.
Yeah.
Like watercolor monotypes or lino printing or something. It's
there are other ways. I mean, people that print in rural areas with absolute rudimentary equipment.
Yeah.
You know, or virtually no equipment.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the fun thing about printing.
Yeah.
Is you can be almost anywhere.
Yes, like what's it when you take a piece of paper on the tree and you rub over it with charcoal.
I can't remember what
you get that. There's a name for it.
Yeah.
That pattern comes onto the paper.
Yeah.
That's basic printing.
That's printing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Madeleine, it's okay. So, Art Fark, your work is there. People know where it is. It's in Cork Bay.
Yeah.
Spear, currently, is there an exhibition with your work in it in Stellenbosch?
So at Spear, I'm part of the Spear Arts Trust program.
Yes.
So when you go to Spear Wine Farm, you will see artists' work everywhere.
Yes.
So the Spear Creative Block program, there are artists from all over South Africa. We submit every once in a while and it gets bought. So it goes to the Spear Wine Farm, it hangs in Nando's.
Yes. But most of it isn't sold, it's purchased by Spear or Nando's, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can also buy, there are several galleries in town where you can see it. So I know that in Dale Contemporary there are blocks. In Arcade Rebecca Steele Contemporary, there will be blocks. At Union House. So quite a few galleries.
So you can actually buy.
At ADA,
And they're all one size?
They are in different sizes. So currently we're working on 18 by 18s and 30 by 30s. So it's a standard size. The standard price.
Nice.
It is nice. It's a fun project to be part of because of the curatorship.
Yes.
So I found that with Tamlin Blake as the curator, my work has also developed quite a bit during my time in Spain.
Yes, has it? And you know, I only hear good about how it's coordinated.
Yeah.
I always hear good comments from artists.
Yeah, it's really, it's an honor to be part of it because, and the same way that with your exhibitions, it gives me an opportunity to meet other artists that I wouldn't normally have met.
Yeah.
Through Creative Block as well, because in the beginning we used to go stand in a queue and wait our turn. So you end up chatting to everyone in the queue.
Yeah.
And now it's happening a little bit more freely and flowy.
Yeah, because you know, you just say hi, it's like family.
Yes.
It becomes a big family, like Art B.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to Art B.
Yeah.
You would know
It's
everybody.
like a family reunion.
It's very nice.
Yeah, so it's fun to, because we actually don't have many opportunities just to in a group chat to other artists. There are literally other artists that I only see at those events.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, it's a bit late notice, but there's an opening of an amazing artist week at Norval tonight. It's like an invite-only opening. I'm going to be going. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I invite a few people. So if you do feel like coming, it's going to be quite an event.
Yeah.
And I can just let them know that I'm going to bring a few extra people.
Okay, cool.
And it might say if you want to mission out that way, it starts at 6 o'clock. I can't remember the name of the artist. So that's a brilliant artist. His name escapes me. But you know, it's quite one of those quite lovely networking opportunities.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of gallery owners.
Yeah.
And it's tomorrow is the official opening.
Yeah.
So, and I took come.
I find the same with open studios. I love those events.
Yeah.
Like the open studios in Komiki.
Yeah, I love it. Well, this year I'm going to be able to go to them all because I've resigned from it.
I believe so. It's a pity. But now you have your lovely B&Bs available.
I will go and visit all those artists and talk to them until they're exhausted so that they know how I felt.
Really, it really is fun to go to those events.
Yeah, no, there's so much talent there. So much talent. Thanks, Madeleine. It's been lovely chatting to you.
Same.
And sorry I got you late.
That's all right by me.
It's already stressful in the
such a relaxing
road
environment.
routes. Thanks, Janelle.
Thank you. Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I think we got a lot of information out there.
Okay.
Yeah, she gave a lot of information.
108 views.
108 people watched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Is that good or bad?
That's really good.
Oh, yeah.